Thank you so much, first of all, for having me here. It's been an honor and a privilege to follow all the speeches since last night. I think that this regional conference held this time in Romania also brings a focus on quite important projects that we are having here in this country, DRS and Returo being the last but most important element of success, we say, to the overall environmental strategy of the country. And as the minister also said and recognized, we also believe it's a crucial step forward that Romania has taken. We've been part in the last 5 years in the development, design and feasibility study of implementing such a system in Romania, because we truly believe it's a step forward into, on one hand side, reaching high collection and recycling targets, but it's more than the legal targets that EU legislation is putting up for businesses. And we all know that the current environment at the EU level and also at national level is to have more stricter regulations imposed to the businesses. How business environment sees this, it's not only to obey and to comply with these obligations, it's to do more than so. Because as rightfully said by Sir David King, we need to somehow move faster than the targets. And 2050 may be a long time from now. This is also why Coca-Cola HBC Group has settled and commissioned an ambition of net zero by 40. This being at least a bit in advance of the targets, but because we also see that climate change and the social issues are growing even faster than expected. Therefore, we need to be ready. And as I said earlier on, I think that we are on a trend where business acknowledges the importance of ESG, and somehow building in the business strategy all the sustainability elements that can ensure a critical path to success for all the businesses from now on, and be a source of competitive advantage in the long run. I would like to mention 3 elements that are critical for our sector, but also for the business environment in general, from a high level and then going back to Romania landscape. As I said before, we all know and we've acknowledged, let's say, the Green Deal as being a step forward done by Europe in comparison to other maybe continents, you know, and worldwide. And imposing this stricter regulation offers also some opportunity to develop. And I would like to say that as business, we acknowledge that on one hand side, business has to be transformed, but on the other hand side, profitability and sustainability can go hand in hand. And even Dow Jones Sustainability Index, where we also get, let's say, the 7th year in a row, public recognition as a group as being one of the most sustainable company in this industry, acknowledges that on one hand side, ESG criteria are really important, but on the other hand side, they need to go hand in hand with economic indicators. So it's a message that we want to give and to play like a role and be a model also that we can do business in a profitable way, but also have a sustainable output and impact on the communities that we are serving. And to give some examples, and I will also use only one slide if I'm allowed. I will go past the external recognitions that we have obtained, and I already mentioned our net zero commitment by 40. I would like to say that we are also focusing, and we all know carbon emissions are quite important, but carbon emissions we cannot solve by our own. Why so? Because scope 3 of the emissions belong to the partnerships area. So we are not focusing only what we can do internally to simplify and make our production more efficiently. Of course, that's step 1, and it's a natural step to be taken by all companies to reduce energy, water emission, water consumptions, and make better the processes inside. But we are focusing a lot on scope 3, and for us, a huge part of it, because 30% of our carbon footprint comes from packaging of our products. This, I think, is the top priority of our group and our company here in Romania. And I'm proud to say that Romania, part of a larger group of 29 countries, plays a role as a model, because it's one of the first countries that last year had all three elements leading to a truly circular economy and a circular economy business model. For one hand side, we have had an investment in our Ploiești plant being the second largest in our group, where we have invested in a decontamination unit for the PET flakes. So we are producing in-house all our recycled PET flakes that can ensure that our full portfolio now is bottled in 100% rPET. For those that are not so familiar with this area, rPET has 80% lower carbon emission than virgin PET. So on one hand side, we are reducing the virgin or the total quantity of plastic put on the market, and on the other hand side, we are producing recycled materials that will go into our packaging, having 80% less carbon emissions in our process. We use fully renewable energy for this line, and we also have commissioned this investment in-house to go hand in hand with DRS. And here I'm closing the loop, as I'm a big fan of circular economy, saying that rPET will be, and DRS will be also a source for producers to have a feedstock and secure feedstock, recycled content from the local market to be reintroduced in our packaging that we are offering to consumers. And we also know that consumers are looking forward for companies to put up sustainable alternatives and environmental friendly products. Thank you for this opportunity.
Well, thank you so much.